Where's the top 10 Genesis games? Where's the top 10 Genesis games? Where is the top 10 Genesis games? Here. The best of the best from good old 90s number 2. And remember, it's just one game per franchise. So where the hell does your favorite land on the list? Oh, this is gonna be fun. Unfortunately, Destin and Corey couldn't join me this time, but you can bet your ass you'll see them again. Hey, I'm Stuttering Craig for Screw Attack's Top 10 Genesis Games.
Number 10.
Nothing starts a top 10 out better than a Hall of Fame worthy game that everybody has had to have played at one time or another. Golden Axe tells the story of a half-naked chick, a dude in blue undies, and a midget with horns and a giant ass axe who fight through hordes of baddies in straight up old school beat 'em up action. 8 levels of dragons breathing fire. Some of the most horrid death screams in video game history. And of course, beating the crap out of those little magical elves. Hell, that alone puts it in the top 10.
Number 9.
Some consider this game one of the most complete on the Genesis. One thing is for certain, it's definitely one of the prettiest. Just don't call it ponies and kittens pretty. Vector Man is essentially a dude made of balls going around shooting balls at other dudes and robots. The bosses are big and it just plays so smooth. It was so successful it got a sequel, and then was never heard from again. That is until it was thrown on about 1 million Best of Genesis compilations.
Number 8.
You can't call yourself a Castlevania fan if you haven't got your hands on this one. You just can't do it. Bloodlines featured 2 different playable characters, each with his own strengths, and is considered one of the hardest games in the series. I mean, look at this stage. What the hell is going on with that? I mean, who thinks of this stuff? Huh. Oh, that guy does. Staying true to the whip as many candles as possible, even in a high-tech factory, while kicking as much ass as possible formula that made this series such a big hit, this ass-kicking was different. Mostly because it was bloody. So bloody, in fact, that in Europe they actually censored the game and called it Castlevania The New Generation. Man, you're always getting screwed.
Number 7.
Appearing at the height of rodent-based side-scrollers, Rocket Knight Adventures was vastly overlooked when it came out, and we have no idea why. Aside from having some of the most fun gameplay on the Genesis, it featured a possum named Sparkster who had 2 things to beat everybody down in its way: a sword and a rocket pack. And aren't those pretty much the only 2 things you need to be awesome? Survey says... Ding, 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 ding.
Number 6.
If you fancy yourself as hardcore, then Shinobi 3 is for you. Easily the best game in the franchise, it features everything you want in a ninja game. Crazy ninja powers, jumping off walls with your ninja skills, and ninja... surfboards? Yeah, that might have been stolen from somebody. So what is the coolest thing about Shinobi 3? Well, one of his superpowers is to go kamikaze. That's right, he takes one for the team and hurts himself to kill others on the screen. Man, ninjas are like the ultimate team player.
Number 5.
Phantasy Star 2 was just like every other RPG when it came out on the market. Just on steroids. Its huge storyline and vast array of characters with blue hair and pointy ears was like nothing RPGers had ever seen before. And pulling a Final Fantasy VII a good decade ahead of time by killing off a lead character, gamers were shocked to see such a thing in a game. That's some groundbreaking stuff.
Number 4.
The NES had Contra, the Neo Geo had Metal Slug, and the Genesis had Gunstar Heroes. It had everything you'd expect from an incredible shooter. Crazy-ass guns, explosions everywhere, and co-op play. There's a reason why Gunstar Heroes is one of the most popular Mega Drive games in Japan. If you're down with shooting everything that moves, how can you not be down with this game? And if you're down with fighting games, well, at least the last guy looks like M. Bison.
Number 3.
Ah, the glory days when you could stab a guy with a knife and not have to worry about getting an M rating. A series that was made solely to compete with Final Fight. If you were a Genesis whore, you swore by Streets of Rage. Rage 2 was our favorite in this series, mostly because it didn't jump the shark with a freaking kangaroo boxer like in 3. The only downfall to 2 was that they took out the crazy-ass super moves from the original. I mean, who didn't love having a police car as backup to come in and destroy everything on the screen? And now through the wonders of technology, you don't even have to go anywhere. You can just download it. So what are you waiting on? Go do it!
Number 2.
Yeah, we all knew it. The Hedgehog would make the list. But it was just a matter of where and which game. While the first Sonic was huge, and the second took a really big step forward by introducing the little pipsqueak tails, the third hit the damn ball out of the freaking park. When it was released on what Sega called Hedgehog Day back in '94, 3 was considered the fastest and most complete Sonic adventure to date. I mean, little kids were crying and peeing their pants in excitement for this game. I kid you not, I saw it. But you want to know what the real kicker is? The music was made by Michael Jackson. No, I'm not kidding. Alright, so if you missed 20 through 11, it's not too late. Go back and check it out. But as for now, let's recap before we get to number 1. Number 10, Golden Axe. Number 9, Vector Man. Number 8, Castlevania Bloodlines. Number 7, Rocket Knight Adventures. Number 6, Shinobi 3. Number 5, Phantasy Star 2. Number 4, Gunstar Heroes. Number 3, Streets of Rage 2. And number 2, Sonic 3.
It's number 1.
Yeah, we're just kidding.
Number 1.
But we are not going to kid about how incredibly great Strider is. Almost a perfect port to the Genesis from the arcade, Strider was one of the games that made you proud to own a Genesis instead of an NES. The game of the year 1990, this was the first time we saw Strider's giant blade and all the destruction it caused. Ripping through unforgettable bosses like the Russian Senate turning into a dragon and a giant metal monkey, Strider was later ported to the NES. And it sucked ass. Seeing these two in comparison, it's easy to see why Strider was the perfect example to why Genesis does and Nintendo don't.
Hey, alright, so we're not done yet. We got an incredible top 10 coming up that we need your help with. It's something very near and dear to us here at Screw Attack. I'm talking about video game music. But here's the catch. We're not looking for just an entire soundtrack. We're looking for just one theme. That can be anything, but we're only looking for one song per entire franchise. That's right, only one song for Mario, one song for Final Fantasy, one song for every video game franchise ever. This is the best of the best. All right, so how do you get involved? Go to ScrewAttack.com, click the Top 10 Video Games theme button, and give us the game, track, and exactly why you think that song should be on the list. Now be specific. We want to hear exactly how that tune changed your life. With something like music, this is something that we cannot do alone, and we're not going to. So now is your chance to be a part of what we're doing. So get on it. Who knows? Maybe coming up in October, you'll be seeing your name in our Top 10 list.